Sales are kind of tough for a lot of people right now, but, and this is going to be a little controversial, are you struggling with sales and are you playing the games that these platforms want you to play? And if not, you might be leaving some money on the table. So I'm going to talk about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go.
The following program contains disturbing materials that may not be suitable for some resellers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Flippin' Ain't Easy. And for many people, flipping hasn't been easy. There's been a lot of people that are complaining about slow sales. And heck, even last weekend was one of my worst weekends in the last 2 years. But we kept persevering, we kept pushing forward, and wouldn't you know it, it's like someone at eBay flipped a switch and we've had 3 outstanding days, almost $2,000 in sales the last 3 days. So I cannot complain. Sunday, Monday, and now Tuesday when I'm making this video, I cannot complain. These aren't really great days of the week. Well, Sunday usually is, but Tuesday certainly wasn't a day I was expecting for just a shade under $1,000 in sales. And it's not me bragging, but it's just trying to give some credence, some credibility to what I'm about to tell you. Look, I don't have thousands of items in my store, and I guess I'm proof that you don't need thousands of items in your store to make good money on eBay. And of course, we do sell on other platforms as well. But regardless of the platform you decide to sell on, each platform, they want you to play their game. And it could be as simple as like on eBay. You know, lately, the last 2 to 3 years, eBay has really pushed the idea of most, if not all, people should be promoting their listings on the platform. Yet there are sellers who want to go back to the days of, 2015, 2016, 2017. I think 2019 is when they introduced it. But go back to when promoted listings weren't even required. And I agree with you. I agree with the sentiment that it should be a level playing field, but it's just not that way. eBay doesn't care about you as compared to your competition. You're just another number. You're just a statistic, and that's just the truth about it. And we have to, as sellers, accept the fact that if we drop off tomorrow, eBay is not going to lose 1 minute of sleep. They're going to keep rolling. They're going to keep bringing in new sellers. And they're going to forget about us very, very quickly. I don't care how big of a store you have. We have to worry about one thing, and that is how do we make eBay work for our business? And that's the bottom line. And I think a lot of us get stuck into what used to work. A lot of us get stuck into the idea of what used to sell. And we want to make that happen, and we want to make that old process work. We want to make that old product work. And I got news for you. Markets change and platforms change. Now, I'm not going to get into the market side of things. That's for another video. But I want to talk to you about how platforms change. Now, eBay has changed over the last few years in really pushing promoted listings. And when eBay launched promoted listings at the beginning, the adage was, well, if you've got a solid product, it'll sell itself. And that's still kind of true today, but it's becoming more and more where you really need to promote, and eBay's pushing it more and more where if you don't promote, your sales are going to taper off. Now, that's not to say something really good with strong demand can't sell. I'm not saying that without promoted listings. I'm not saying that at all. People are looking for good prices, so there's still the option to search by price. Are there a lot of people that are selling the same thing of high demand, and then really you have to really beat them in price to have a chance, because chances are if they're promoting and playing eBay's game and you're not, then you're probably going to be stuck on the bottom of page 1 or maybe into page 2, and you don't want to be on page 2 because most people don't have patience for page 2. So when I say playing eBay's game or these platforms' games, what am I talking about? Well, on eBay, it's number one, this is how they make a lot of their money, because we all know that sales numbers have dropped, yet eBay's still able to make a profit. And that's because they're really pushing promoted listings. So they're making more money than ever on promoted listings. And they are really, in my opinion, and I don't have data to back this up, but based on what I've seen myself and what I've heard from other people, that the more you promote, so someone that promotes at 2% may have success, but they actually find that they have a lot more success when they promote at 6 to 8% or even higher. And some sellers are finding this out, that 2% is simply not enough, and they are finding that maybe I have to pay an extra 4 or 5% to get the kind of sales that they want. And for me, I think if you have the room, if you're buying right in the first place, you're going to be able to afford to play these games. But promoted listings is just one of the games that eBay wants you to play in their sandbox. The other one is markdown sales to show, and they do show a little line through your old price and show the adjusted price when a buyer is looking at your item. And that is certainly attractive to somebody who is price sensitive, seeing that you have an active markdown sale. And in many cases, eBay will say, save 20%, save 30%. That's attractive to a buyer. Now, in addition to that, there's another game they really want you to play, and that is with coupons. And I'm talking about public coupons. Private coupons, that's a little bit different. Public coupons will show a code when they click into your listing, and whatever rate you set, it'll show an even further adjusted amount on the price, which once they click and give you a page view, that coupon could be the difference between them clicking away and going for the buy it now button. So these are games that eBay is encouraging you to play. And why? I mean, number one, they don't really care if you sell that item or not. They want the sale, and whether it's you or someone else, they are going to do everything they can to attract the buyers to the platform, to the listings, and then once they're in your listing, you got to do everything you can through the quality of your listing to get the sale. But ultimately, having, say, a public coupon will maybe seal the deal versus clicking away. And then guess what? You make a sale, and eBay makes money. They do things like used to be where they would give us listings, further exposure on, let's say, Google Shopping. Now, they do on a very limited basis. If you go and check your traffic reports, it'll show that you do have some external views. That's still happening, but it's not as prevalent as it used to be, and that's because eBay wants you to utilize, guess what, offsite ads, and they want you to set a daily budget, at least $5 a day. So if you're talking about over a month, you're talking like $150 out of your pocket over and above what you're paying eBay just to get your items on a pay per click basis, where you're paying X amount of cents to have someone click in from Google Shopping into your listing on eBay. Now, while I feel and you feel like this should be part of the fees we're already paying, it's just not working that way. eBay has changed the game, and they really are encouraging people to pay that fee, that $5 a day. Now, if you have like 200 items like me, it's probably not worth it. I mean, they've given me an option to pay only 50%, one of these options again, and they'll cover the other 50% through the end of March. Many of you guys may have that. I'm torn on that. I really do think that, say, someone like James Helferstay, who has 60,000 listings, would probably benefit from that more than someone like me with only 227 listings in their main store. But that's just my opinion. I really think that those marketing methods are really tailored for larger sellers. Your promoted listings advanced, where you can take phrases, or you can have AI set it up for you, but essentially they're taking brands and model numbers and phrases to match the titles that you have in your listings, and you're paying a cost per click within eBay to give really good ranking as compared to promoted listings standard. And of course, that gives more money to eBay in their pocket. It's all designed to make money for eBay. And of course, if eBay's making money, that means people are making sales. They can't make the money without making sales. I guess they can make money off of the cost per click and playing the word games with promoted listings advanced and offsite ads. But really, they do want you to make the sale. They want someone to make the sale. And I think it's important for them to convert as many buyers that click into eBay's platform than not to. It does them no good to have window shoppers who aren't looking to buy. They're going to do everything they can to make the item that we're selling to be as attractive as possible. Now, eBay's not the only ones that play this game. You have platforms like Poshmark. And if you're not sharing, and if you can see here, over the lifetime, we've had 1,700 listings. We've shared our listings 709,000 times. We have 218,000 followers that we've accumulated, and we have 1.8 million people following our account. Now, why is that important? Well, but Poshmark has this game where you have to share your closet. Now, of course, someone can go onto Poshmark, search what they're looking for, and possibly find your item without you sharing a single thing. But most sellers do find that if you play Poshmark's game by sharing multiple times a day, sharing your entire store, in this case it's called a closet, that you will get more exposure. And essentially what happens is, as you spend time on Poshmark, you're meeting new people and you are following them, and you're hopeful that they follow you back. And if they follow you back, whenever you share your closet, everyone that's following you gets to see when they log on all the stuff. It comes up in their feed. And the idea is they might see something that they might not have normally looked for because they may not be in your store the day they're logging into Poshmark, but they see that item that they've never seen that's attractive to them, and they want to buy it, and that creates a sale. And the more you interact with potential buyers, the more success you're going to have with Poshmark. Now, there are programs that will do the sharing for you, so you don't have to go in and share like multiple times a day. There's apps you can buy on your phone. There's cross-listing programs that you can utilize, like TreeCat. You have the link down below if you want to go check it out, where you can just set the frequency and it'll go in and share to your followers, and hopefully you're playing the game that Poshmark wants you to play, that you're constantly going in and you're following people, right? So they follow you back. It is a lot of work. We've done a lot of clicking and following over the years to build that account, to have 208 people that 1.8 million people that we're following, and 218,000 people that's following us. A lot of work. And we have Posh Ambassador 2, and we don't sell a lot of clothes and shoes anymore. So, we probably could do really well if we decided to add some clothes. We just haven't done that. But I know one thing: if you play Poshmark's game, just like with eBay, you're going to find more sales. I promise you that. But I think the question stands: how many people are just refusing to do that extra work? And you may be on the fence. You might say, look, I don't want to give people any more of a discount than I already have. Well, then I would say this: up your price a solid 10 to 20%. Of course, make sure your price is within market, because if your prices are already too high, then you really can't bring your prices up anymore. But look at the sold comps, look at Terapeak or our product research, and see in the last 90 days what has that item been selling for. And then find the median price. So if it's selling normally at 40 and sometimes it sells at 50, well, the median price would be $45. And try to add 10 to 20% to that, and then utilize your markdown sale at 10% and throw in a 10% coupon. And if you've upped the price by 20%, essentially you're going to be right in the median price, but you're going to be showing buyers that you have marked it down, and you're going to be giving them an extra incentive with a 10% coupon that might just entice them to buy your item. And then, of course, I think the most important is the promoted listings. If you're just sitting at 2% because you feel obligated to promote, but you don't want to give eBay any more money, well, I'm promising you, just from feedback I've received from other people, that if you promote at a higher rate, and I'm not a shill for eBay. I'm not here to try to make eBay money. I'm here to try to get you more sales. I'm trying to help you come up with ideas. And I think sometimes people are not even willing to say, look, I'm going to try this new thing. I'm going to take 2 weeks. So I'm going to set my promoted listings to 6%. I don't want to pay 6%, but if it means an extra couple sales a day because I'm at 2%, then it becomes a math game. You do the math after the 2 week period. You compare your sales as compared to previous weeks. And is that 4%, which is $4 out of $100, is that extra 4% worth it? And I really encourage you to, as to make sure that you're doing everything you can. And if you're not trying new things on a trial basis, at the very least, you're not going to know. You're going to have an idea in your mind that I'm saving money because I'm not promoting at 6%. I'm promoting only at 2%, or I'm not promoting at all. I'm saving money, but it's a lot like stepping over $1 to pick up a quarter. And I really think when it comes to our business, not only should we be investing in our business, whether it's a paper tape machine, whether it's tape guns, whether it's a thermal label printer. By the way, Jadens has the best one for the price that I've seen. They also sponsor the channel. Check them out down below. These are investments you have to make in your business, but also the overhead that we have to pay, aka eBay fees. Well, sometimes you have to pay a little bit more to get more exposure. And that's what promoted listings is all about. And if you're not even trying it, just on a trial basis, so you can compare your numbers, well, you might be missing out. And that's sort of the message. Play the game that these sites want you to play, whether it's best offers, offers to watchers. I never even mentioned that. eBay wants you to play those games as well, because there's been many a times where someone has made me an offer and I've gone back and forth negotiating a price. It sells organically to someone else at full price. Or if I send an offer to a watcher and they're waiting I'm waiting for them to get back to me, whether they want the discount that I'm sending them, it sells at full ask to somebody else. It happens too often to be a coincidence. These are all the games that sites like eBay want you to play, but if you're not willing to play them, you're not going to maximize your success. And I'm willing to say that's a fact, because eBay wouldn't have these things if they didn't work. And it's the people who are willing to try these things and to get out of their own way and stop resisting the games that these sites want you to play that are going to have ultimate success. And I urge you, before you quit, before you decide to throw in the towel on reselling, give these things a try, because you don't want to quit without knowing that you've done everything you can to make reselling work. And if you're not using these promotions, these promoted listings, these markdown sales, these different ways to get your items to the buyer at a discounted price, well, how good are you going to feel at the end when you do quit? Because I would rather quit knowing I've done everything in my power and I just couldn't make it work than wondering, maybe I should have tried promoting at a higher rate, or maybe I should have tried sending offers, or maybe I should have tried a markdown sell and or a coupon combination, and I didn't try. And it's the shots you don't take. That's where you fail, because I can tell you, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, they took a lot of shots and missed a lot of shots in their career, but yet they're considered the best of their sport. So there you have it. Just some advice to you, and hopefully it's meant well, it's taken well. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm here to give you ideas. It's not by sheer luck that I sell 400 and some odd items every 90 days with only a little over 200 item store. It's because I use all the methods that I talk about on this program, and I'm only just one example. There's many people that are doing it as well, and you can be that person too. So I'll leave it there, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you do, hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and of course hit the notification bell, because we do go live on Mondays and Fridays, but we do have pop-up lives that, if I just feel like going on live, you'll be notified as well. Using the tools that these sites give you, well, they're optional, but the ones that decide to use it for the most part are doing better than the ones that don't. and figuring out which tools that you need to use, well, that's just yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your week, and we will talk to you very soon. Take care.
Oh! Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. Vero takedowns, they're a pain, what can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them, and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. But flipping ain't easy, by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that's within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. Vero takedowns, they're a pain, what can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. Oh, all resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them, and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. Flipping ain't easy, but by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that's within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks, the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks, the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game.